Hey guys, I am so excited. I just landed in Dublin for my first ever time in Ireland. So I arrived at the Trinity City Hotel at around 6:30 a.m. and I'm staying at the Deluxe room with balcony, and it's a beautiful modern spacious bedroom. And what I liked is they actually gave like complimentary water, there's Nespresso machines, there's even like tea biscuits to go with your tea. And for example, in the washroom, you actually get like dental kits and shaving kit, which normally in other hotels I've been to, you have to request for it if they do have it. I like that here they just have it in your bathroom. They also surprised me with a Lily O'Brien's chocolate. And then the balcony is beautiful, overlooking the city. And one thing that surprised me is like the room is very modern, but outside and in the lobby, it actually feels like old historic classic feel. That's why I didn't expect the room to be very modern. So I had breakfast here this morning and it was quite an interesting breakfast spread. So they do have the typical like continental breakfast, but on top of that there's some really interesting things that stood out to me. One was having like cheese and charcuterie, but in that cheese and charcuterie there was also smoked mackerel, which obviously I had to try. And then there's a hot station area with your basic like scrambled eggs, bacon, even though theirs isn't like the normal American bacon. And then there's also sausage. But what's also unique is they have white or black pudding. So black pudding is basically like blood sausage, and white pudding is blood sausage without the blood. That's why it's white. And then they also have a pastry section with like Belgian waffles, pancakes, fresh croissants. So it's a really nice spread for breakfast. So I'm so excited. I can't wait to show you guys what I'll be doing. Hey guys, so right now I'm here at the Trinity College and I will be doing the Trinity Trail Tour along with the Book of Kells experience. So all the flowers in this building are actually unique, so that's very interesting. So this is the Rose Garden, also known as the Breakup Garden. Yes, these benches have been known to be like the last date area when couples are breaking up. So the tour is 45 minutes and kind of highlights all the main spots in the campus, and it starts at the Parliament Square. You also learn quite a bit of fun facts. So for example, the Cranberries actually performed in the college, and also interestingly, I never knew that the Cranberries were Irish. And also like Oscar Wilde also studied in Trinity College, and they also point out which dormitory he stayed in. So basically a bunch of fun facts. So following the tour, you are brought to the Book of Kells experience. This one is self-guided. What's interesting about the museum is it shows you the 800 AD Book of Kells, which is a decorated copy of the four Gospels on the life of Christ. And then you're also brought to this long room where you get to see a beautiful globe of earth that's rotating. But underneath it, you get to see the oldest Irish harp that's still available. And this is actually the national insignia of Ireland. And it's the one that's here in the Guinness logo. And then another part of the Book of Kells experience is this other pavilion where it's more like a digital immersive version of the Book of Kells. When in Ireland, you have to do Irish whiskey. So I'm here at the Pearse Lyons Distillery for a distillery tour and whiskey tasting. first one is aged in bourbon barrels. The second one here is aged in sherry cask.
That's pretty good. Which bottle was that?
Very smooth. Yeah, less burn than the first one. Sweeter as well.
The bottom right is the halfpenny, so the same blend.
Guys, this is so cool. This is the first time I've been in a distillery that's inside the church, and it's actually a historic church. So they actually like can't do so many renovations unless something's broken already, and then they can replace it. But I love that they even have like stained glass windows that represent like the whiskey process. So awesome. Guys, and of course you have to do a Guinness tour while you're here. And I even have, that's why I brought this attire. I got this from a Toronto Guinness event when they had the cold brew Guinness. There's a long lineup, so you need to really book in advance. The Storehouse is massive. There's like multiple floors with different experiences. The ground floor is where you get to learn about like Guinness and the brewing process and stuff like that. But then other floors you get to like one floor is all about like dining and restaurants. One floor is where you can have like a nice bar with beautiful views and you get to pour your own Guinness. And there's also one with your ticket where you get to have your face in a Guinness. I like how immersive this is. The lease you see right before you enter the museum is actually Arthur's lease, and it's a 9,000-year Guinness lease, and that's where the site of the Guinness brand is today, including the Storehouse. It's now to taste some Guinness. So here you get to smell 4 different scents of the brewing process, but then you also get to sample like a small sample of Guinness Strong.
2, 3.
Slancha. This is so cool. So that is the harp, the iconic symbol for Guinness, but its replica is based out of the Brian Boru harp, which is in the Trinity College that I just visited and showed you during the tour. So I am here in the Stouty room, which is where you can have your face in a Guinness stout. So I just got my picture and now waiting to get my beer.
So you there?
Yep.
Lovely stuff. You record up there as well, we'll see you after.
Hey guys, so this is so cool because it actually looks amazing how they printed the picture into the beer. It's actually like very clear, there's no like errors in it. But now it means it's time to drink myself. Cheers! So this is what it looks like if I have a long face. So I'm now heading up to the Gravity Bar. Look at the views. Beautiful space. Hey guys, I am so excited. I am here at the 1837 bar inside the Guinness Storehouse. This wasn't part of the initial plan going into it. I was just supposed to do the normal self-guided tour and experience. But I met with them in person and she was like, let's see if I can get you into the restaurant and so that you can try some stuff as well being a foodie. And now I'm here. I'm excited to try stuff. So what's cool at this restaurant is they have a bunch of Guinness variations that you don't really find anywhere else. So this one here is the Guinness West Indies Porter. I've never heard of this before. And it's in a bottle, which is interesting. So let's try. Nice, so it still has that like stout taste, but it is like lighter than normal. I taste like caramel notes. It's very, very refreshing, especially like a lot of people don't like stout because of its like bitter coffee taste. This one is much milder. I am so excited. I have a couple of things here, and what's unique about their menu is that almost all the dishes have something Guinness related to them. So for example, this chicken wings here, it has smoky barbecue Guinness sauce. And then I have here the Guinness chocolate mousse. I can't wait to try that for dessert. And then I also have this seafood pie. It has a bunch of seafood like smoked haddock, salmon, mussels, but it also has Guinness cream sauce. So I am very excited. I love a seafood pie. And then this is just regular Irish oysters because I love oysters. They're Clarenford oysters. So I'm gonna try the oysters first. They look so fresh. The shell is actually pretty interesting. It's pretty big and rich. I'm gonna try some lemon over it. So good. So fresh. And pretty sweet and creamy actually. Now I'm gonna try some with the mignonette. Just like a dab base. Normally I honestly prefer eating oysters by itself so that you can taste its raw flavors. So now let's dig into the seafood pie. Oh, that's really, really good. It really reminds me of like, if you enjoy like seafood soup or seafood chowder, you would enjoy this. Because you do actually get like the cream is kind of like a chowder soupy consistency. And you have the mashed potato on top that kind of thickens the texture. And it's very tasty. I only taste a hint of Guinness, so it's still very, very creamy in flavor. I like that you actually taste the seafood in the sauce. It also comes with fresh salad. So pro tip, add the salad into the pie. It's actually really good. The bitterness of the arugula adds extra dimensions to the pie. So now it's time to dig into the chicken wings. Look at this. The wings is a little smaller inside than what I'm used to. I don't know, maybe just in North America it's bigger than normal. This is my first time having wings in Ireland, so maybe it's usually this size. Crispy, saucy, and you can taste the Guinness flavors here. It's very smoky. I like it. So the wings also comes with blue cheese sauce. So let's try. I love blue cheese. I normally get blue cheese over ranch. The blue cheese is really good. It's actually it tastes more legit than the blue cheese sauce you get in like North American wings places. It also has like a thicker consistency. Now it's time for dessert. Can't wait to dig in. I mostly got cream. Let me dig deeper. Oh, there's more now. Wow, this is good. Chocolate mousse is so creamy. And you do get the hint of Guinness. And I like that the chocolate mousse isn't that sweet either. So you get a nice like sweet and like coffee taste. Kind of like if you're more into like dark chocolate but not too dark, this is amazing. Hey guys, so I'm here at Trinity City Hotel for dinner and I'm starting off with a pan-roasted black tiger prawn. Let's try. So it's plum, pretty sweet, and I like the garlic butter. Adds some dimension to it, but there's also sriracha aioli for the kick. So it comes with grilled sourdough. So what I'll do is dip it on the sauce so that it soaks up all the juicy goodness. If you like these kinds of videos, please be sure to like, follow, and subscribe, and watch this next video right here.